So it's interesting that you're dealing with several different eras. There's definitely a nod to history in a lot of the artists. And then the timeliness, I mean, it's very timely. You definitely have the idea of this is happening now. And then with Saba's work, you've got this strange future, I guess probably after the ocean swallows us all up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It kind of just reminds you that we keep grappling. I think with like we as humans are just keep grappling with these
Some of the same
some of the
things.
same things, and we're trying to resolve them, and we are sometimes successful and sometimes not. But yeah, it's just kind of like always ongoing. So.
What are some of the things that you'd like people to notice or walk away with when they see the show?
I think I would. I really hope that they're really engaging with it, and that it's kind of like making them think about their own reflections of their culture and society and what that means to them, and that we're all grappling with the same questions. So yeah, I think there's something in the show for everyone to kind of like connect to.
I feel that for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's a pretty wide range while still being cohesive, I think. So yeah, I think it's sort of that feeling of like we're all in this together, we're all kind of going through the same thing. So yeah.
And there's an artist talk coming up Saturday?
Yes, there is an artist talk at the MAC. It's at 2:00, and a couple of the artists from the show will be on the panel. It's actually a panel discussion,
perfect.
and yeah, so it'll be Sarah Cardona, Saba Bijar, and some of the other art designers and artists in the area. So it's going to be Isaac Cohen. He's a landscape architect, and he does a lot of work in like with community, plugged in kind of projects, and urban space, kind of like projects. So he's going to be on there. Also, Leslie Robertson, and she's an interdisciplinary textile artist. And she's really cool. She's been, working with artisans from all over the world to kind of like, pick up some, inspiration, I guess, but also some, just knowledge and expertise about what their process is and how they are using materials in places like Ghana. I think she just got back from Ghana not too long ago.
Wow.
And so she's really into like fibers and creating art pieces. So, but with that whole like community minded like approach to her work. And let's see who else. Yeah, I think those are the four, and it's co-moderated by myself and Kate Aoki, who is an architect, and she's on the board of the Dallas Architecture Forum. But she herself was a textile artist and,
Oh, cool. I didn't know
previously.
that.
So yeah,
I interviewed
yeah.
her about a year ago here.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, and so I think she will bring a lot to the conversation. And,
Yeah, it
and
sounds
ask
like a
some
really
cool
interesting
questions.
interesting discussion. Is there a title for the discussion itself?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a panel discussion to just kind of talk about the same sort of topics that
Yeah.
were from the show.
And 2 o'clock on
Yes, 2
Saturday
to
the
3:30.
22nd? Okay,
Yeah, this
perfect.
Saturday.
I know I'll be there.
Yeah,
And then you've got a closing reception with a band?
Yes, there's a closing reception March 7th, which
Okay.
is a Saturday, Saturday evening from 6 to 8. At 7:30 is when the band will perform. They're called Ancient Futures, and they did the sound for the video piece "I Am the Force." So they
Cool.
kind of collaborated with that artist to do the soundscape for it, and that kind of made those, because they're musician artists themselves.
Yeah.
So it was something that kind of triggered something in them. So they were like, "Hey, can we do it again?"
That's
And
cool.
so
That's super cool.
yeah. So they're going to perform, and and the work that they're performing is something that they've never performed anywhere else, or so this will be something new that they've done specifically for the closing reception. And yeah, they're just like kind of ambient kind of soundscapes, and
Nice.
yeah, they'll be using sounds that, they've manipulated with, analog and digital sources and putting them together. And so it'll be kind of familiar, but yet, futuristic sounding.
Maybe a little eerie.
Yeah, kind of eerie and unsettling, but yeah.
Cool. What's the date for that?
That is March 7th.
March 7th. So we've still got 2 weeks to see the show. And that's at the MAC at 1503 South Irvay in Dallas in the Cedars. And it's a wonderful show. I've really enjoyed walking through. I see something different every time I walk in.
Oh, great.
Anything on the horizon beyond this show?
Beyond the show, not right now. I think this was kind of something that had been percolating for a while in my head. And so, yeah, I think this was, I'd probably take a little bit of a
Take
break.
a short break. Yeah.
And since, this is something I was doing on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been so exciting for me. And I've learned so much and I can't wait. To do it again. And so I'm hoping that some other opportunities will come up. And I've had people approach me in the past, but, I wasn't quite ready,
Yeah.
And so, but now I feel like I can be. So I'm just kind of
sure.
waiting for that next
Definitely
one.
doesn't look like look or feel like a first endeavor. So,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
And I look forward to the talk and to the closing.
Awesome.
And well, that's all we have for today. Till next time.